us. We've got Mike Kujawski, who is the Vice President of Strategic Marketing and Digital Engagement at the Center of Excellence for Public Sector Marketing. Mike is a passionate marketing and social media strategist on a mission to help public sector and nonprofit organizations excel. And I can certainly attest to that. I've worked with Mike on a couple of occasions, and he definitely does live up to that, his marketing hype. Mike's most recent initiatives include the development of strategic social media marketing plans and pilot projects for Public Safety Canada, National Gallery of Canada, Canadian Air Transport Security Authority, and the Foreign Credential Recognition Program at HRSDC. Over the course of the last year alone, Mike has been invited to speak at over 50 conferences and events. He frequently provides strategic advice on social media to central federal agencies such as the Treasury Board Secretariat and the Privy Council Office. Nick Charney is Project Manager, Federal Relations and Issues Management, Indian and Northern Affairs Canada, where he coordinates interdepartmental policy efforts on Aboriginal issues using new and emerging social technologies. He has spoken to government audiences from coast to coast about organizational management, employee management, social media, and collaborative technologies. And I'd like to introduce the two speakers. Thank you.
It's a big space. Right? Nobody's expected to know all the channels, all the potential tools out there, but what you have to realize is that there's a wide spectrum of tools out there, all falling into different categories for different purposes and different uses, again, depending on how you're going to leverage this channel. Not 99% of them aren't for you or don't necessarily fit into your organizational strategic goals, your organizational objectives. You know, whether it's a collaborative platform that you need, whether it's real-time engagement with constituents or with your particular target audience that you need through microblogging channels. These are all questions that you need to ask yourself first before delving into this, before merely jumping onto Facebook, onto YouTube, just because somebody, whether it's up top or somewhere else, mentioned that, you know, that's where everybody is. That's where all the youth are, so we got to be on YouTube, and now we're all Web 2.0. Right? That's not how it works. Into this, I'll let Nick.
So essentially what we try to come up with is 4 easy stages. So we have an issue, an outcome, a goal, and a channel, and you can say channel or tool, but we like channel because there's way too much focus on these tool aspects. And so I think what we're going to do is we're going to give an example of I'll give one internally and then Mike will give one externally, but what I want to do is actually start by asking a question like, how many people are already in channels? I'm actually going to go backwards. So how many people are in channels? So don't be shy. I'm not going to kind of hang anyone out to dry. So if you're in a channel or your organization is in
a starting point at the very highest level, from the top of the funnel, is understanding how people search for your organization overall on the web. Great tool out there. Google released this in November 2008, I believe, is something called Google Insights for Search. So if we open this up, this is a search tool basically where Google released its search information in aggregate form to the world. And so if I type in Help Canada, for example, put it in quotations. And
basically, Google is telling you what information people are searching for, and you can do a comparative analysis between keywords, right, to kind of give you the basics of it. So what you need to do is do some comparative analysis in terms of what people are actually actively looking for, like a related terms. The other big one, which I think you were going to queue up, was like the H1N1 versus swine flu. And so, for example, when the Public Health Agency of Canada got into talking about swine flu, they insisted on calling it H1N1, but the discussion was around swine flu. And so what happened was on the Twitter streams and everywhere else, people weren't coming to the authoritative source of information because the government was not speaking the language that people were talking in.
We could definitely wrap up with is start listening, start monitoring. That's something that you can do, and there's no excuse not to do it. There actually isn't. We could give you plenty of justification documents that have been circulating around in the Government of Canada, on GCpedia, on that internal wiki, that allow this to happen if you do have barriers or trouble. So we're going to stick around. Thank you very much for your time. And if you want to find any information about us, both of us actively blog on the topic, and all our info is here. And we are still human, so just pick up the phone or meet us in person. We do enjoy doing that.